One of the common questions I get asked is, hey Alex, if I'm working with processed stems or dry stems, where should I pan them? Well, it depends. If you have the luxury of having dry and wet stems, you can do some very creative things with it. Let me show you how. Here, for example, I have a dry processed stem, which is the dry guitars. The track below is the wet stem. That actually sounds really nice. And in stereo, there's a common technique of making things wider by using a doubler or some kind of micro pitch shifter. So the question is, where do we pan those stems? Well, let me show you what I like to do. I'll take the dry guitar stem and pan it to the side channels. And on the wet stem, I'm going to use Penteo to distribute that to the immersive channels. Check it out. I'll set the output to 714. And now I'm going to use this mode, which is side surround stem bypass. You'll see that it X's out those channels. And what stem bypass does is that it redistributes those channels to all the other remaining channels while keeping a perfect balance and keeping a correct correlation when it down mixes. In the Dolby Renderer, you can now see that the wet stem is distributed across the front and rear channels, while the dry stem is anchored to the side channels. Check it out. Let's balance that in the mix and bring in the other instruments. This is one of the techniques that I use all the time for creating immersive mixes, especially if I have access to the dry and wet stems. However, if I don't have that luxury, there are other workarounds. But I'll leave that tip for another video. Be sure to share this video and let me know your feedback in the comments below. Peace.